Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to build an end-to-end Azure Data Engineering project that mirrors real-world industry scenarios. Let me walk you through our project requirement and architecture. We start with a raw container in Azure Blob that contains two different files named employee.json and department.json. Employee.json, and let's create another one for department.json. And this will be our raw container. Let's give the text for this here. So the employee.json will be containing the employee information, and department.json will contain those specific employees, department destination, and department details. The next thing we are going to do is create a pipeline. That will be our first challenge. So let's create a box for pipeline activity. Let's increase its size as well. And this will be the pipeline one. Let's give the name. And this pipeline will basically do the data ingestion. So let's give the activities we are going to create inside these. The first one will be the get metadata activity. So we will be getting the metadata of our files from the raw container. So let's give get metadata activity, and then we will be creating a for each activity. So why, I will give you the information in just a minute. This will be a for each activity. And then after this, what we are going to do is create an if condition. Sorry, we do not want this. We want an if condition. So let's give a diamond box for the if condition. And let's also increase the size of our pipeline. So this if condition, this will have, it will read the for metadata using the for each activity, and will display that if the file is employee.json or department.json. And then what we are going to do using the if condition, we are going to create a copy activity to convert our files from JSON to CSV. So let's give the boxes. This will be the copy activity. So it will be from JSON to CSV, and it will be connected through here. And the second if condition will be for the department.csv, which will also be the copy activity. And this will also be JSON to CSV. Why two conditions? Because we are going to store both of these files in separate locations. That's why two conditions. The next thing we are going to do is obviously the employee container and the department container. So let's give a new box for that. And here are different boxes. And this will be the employee container. which will store the employee.csv. So we'll convert our JSON file to CSV using the copy activity and then paste it in the employee container. Let's create a similar one and let's change it to department and also the name. This will also create department.csv, and using the copy activity inside our pipeline, we are going to connect or create the department container and department.csv file and convert our file. So this will be the processed containers. So let's give the name of this activity processed container. And then after this, what we are going to create is another pipeline for data transformation. So let's give new pipeline box and let's create it. Let's first give the name. This will be pipeline 2, and this pipeline 2 will do the data transformation. So what we're going to do first thing inside our new pipeline is create a new data flow. Let's give data flow here. And using this data flow, we are going to be performing a join operation on the department.csv and employee.csv according to a unique key called department ID, which is present in both employee.csv and department.csv. So this will be the join operation. And let's connect employee.csv container to our data flow and department.csv container to our data flow. And then using the join operation, and let's give it according to department ID, and using the department and join operations of what we get, the data we get, we are going to be performing an aggregation. So let's create a box for that. Let's give aggregation, and this aggregation will be according to salary by department and job. So according to the job role and the salary, this is what we are going to do. And what we're going to do is create a final container inside our storage account and store this data inside there using Data Factory only. So there will be two separate containers inside here. This will be the final container. The first one will be, let me decrease the size, employee department container, and this will be the joined data. This data will be joined according to the department ID. And the second container, let's create one as well. And let's give this one will be the aggregated container. And this will be the summary data. And this will be connected with the aggregate department and job. And this will be connected with the join operations. Let's delete it, and okay, now we can connect it. And here we go. This is the entire pipeline and the data transformation activity we are going to create. So let me explain it quickly again. We have a raw container inside our storage account that will hold the employee.json and department.json files. Then we will create a first pipeline that will be in Azure Data Factory. We are going to create an get metadata activity, and let's connect this to here. So using the get metadata activity, we are going to get the entire metadata for our raw container, and then using a for each activity and if condition, we are going to create a copy activity to convert our files from JSON to CSV and store them in a processed container named employee container and employee.csv and department.csv respectively. Then using these processed files, we are going to create a second pipeline, and then we will create a data flow inside the second pipeline that will perform the join operation according to the department ID. and also create an aggregation table according to salary and department and job, and going to store the final result into a separate container. Forgot to give the name here, so let's give the here as final container or final data. This is fine, and we are going to store the employee data container. This will contain the join data, and inside the aggregated container, it will store the summary data. And throughout this video, we will build the entire solution step by step using direct Azure Data Factory, and I will see you in the practical implementation. Thank you.